In the Bible, Christ tells us that one of the signs of the end of the world is deception. Distraction is considered by many to be a tool of deception. But what else will happen in the last days? There will be wars and rumors of wars, famines, pestilences, tsunamis, earthquakes, meteors falling to the earth, celestial signs, economic collapses, social decline, violence, the lack of love, food shortages, hunger, hyperinflation, sexual immorality, idolatry, blasphemy, false prophets, false Christs, and the fall of mystery Babylon, which hearkens the fall of the last ruling kingdom on earth. But there is one prophecy that is often overlooked and understudied in the Abrahamic faiths, and that is the prophecy of Gog and Magog, which is directly tied to the Battle of Armageddon, in which God delivers a final judgment to the nations, a part of Gog and Magog's army. The people of Gog and Magog's massive army is recognized in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. In Islam, Ya'juj and Ma'juj are trapped in a faraway land, but when the day of judgment comes, they will all gather together to conquer the world. In the book of Ezekiel 38 and Revelation 20 in the Holy Bible, it describes how the nations in this massive army of Gog and Magog will leave their homeland to come to the land of the true Israelites, to steal, plunder, and exploit the land and all the resources within it that the true Israelites are in possession of. They will cover the holy land of the Israelites like a massive cloud with their people, and at the end they wage war against the Israelites, in which the Most High will destroy them. Knowing all of this, why doesn't the Christian community, Hebrew Israelite community, Jewish community, and Muslim community have any answers about who comprises the nations of Gog and Magog's army today? The book of Genesis records Noah's son Japheth as having 7 sons: Magog, Meshech, Tubal, Gomer, Tiras, Madai, the progenitor of the Medes Persians, and Javan, the progenitor of the Greeks and Romans. Gog and Magog's prophecy in Ezekiel 38 lists 5 of these sons of Japheth as the nations who will come to the true Holy Land of Israel, covering it like a massive cloud. These Japhetic-speaking nations are not the descendants of Greek speakers or Roman Latin speakers, but are nations today speaking other Japhetic languages, such as Celtic, Germanic, Slavic, Turkic, Altaic, and Sino-Tibetan. So why is knowing who the nations of Gog and Magog's army is today so important? Because if we know who these nations are, including which land they are covering right now like a cloud, for the purpose of plundering and exploitation, we will know for the first time in history where is the true Holy Land of God's chosen people, also known as the land of Canaan. In the new movie, Hebrews to Negroes 3, sound the alarm, Gog and Magog's army versus the Israelites. Find out who is who in this end of days biblical prophecy, and where the true land of the Israelites are. You owe it to yourself to know the truth. Satan's aim is to deceive the whole world, and Yah's aim is for us to receive truth, because the truth will set us free.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land.
Identity. We are bombarded by images of who we think we are every day of our lives. But some people don't think. They know. How about you? I didn't know my true identity, culture, heritage, or roots. As a Christian, I was told the only thing that mattered was my identity was found in Christ. But what about the Asian, Arab, Coptic, or European believer? Do they know their identity? Does it matter to them? How about you? This is who they tell us we are. This is what we know. But is it the truth? Take a journey with me as I share my story of faith, and identity, and discover why both life in the Savior and identity matters. Why our past, present, and future hinges on the knowledge of our true identity. Why all believers in the Messiah must wake up before it's too late. As the world gets darker, it is time for Yah's people to shine their light. Who you really are is one of the most important questions on earth. It's time you knew.
Israelite. 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 How to know your identity without losing your Savior.
I believe in you. Tell me, do you believe in you?
Shalom, Israelites. Ron Dalton here with a special announcement. February the 15th at 12 noon USA Eastern Standard Time. February the 15th, 12 p.m. USA Eastern Standard Time. I'm conducting a Zoom webinar on the topic Persia, CUSH, and PHUT with them in regards to the Ezekiel 38 prophecy, the future prophecy that talks about the other nations, the other three nations that are going to be aligned with the nations of Japhet under the names Gomer, Magog, Meshach, Tubal, and Gomer's son Togarmah. So in Ezekiel 38, it talks about a future time where these Japhetic speaking nations or people are going to come against the land of the Israelites, the land of Jerusalem. And they're going to come like a cloud to cover the land and all their people, many people with them. And they're going to have an evil thought and an evil device and scheme and agenda in their mind that they're going to say, let us go into the land of unwalled villages, to those that are dwelling without bars neither gates, that are dwelling in peace, rest, and safety. So Israelites say, there's nowhere safe, Ron, to run to. Babylon is everywhere. You're not going to escape Yah's judgment. There's nowhere safe to run. There's nowhere safe to hide. No, Ezekiel 38 clearly says that. We're not paying attention. We're not reading our Bible. Are we not reading our Bible when it says in Ezekiel 38, they're going to come to a land that is unwalled villages, a land without bars nor gates, a land where people are dwelling in peace, rest, and safety and security? What is that supposed to mean? I want to be in that land, not in Babylon, America. And it says, in addition to these other nations, Persia, the real Persians, not the ones in Iran, the real Persians, the real Cushites, and the real Phutites are going to be also aligned with them. We need to understand who these nations are. Who are the descendants of Phut today? Are they mostly in the Sahel region, where Ibrahim Traore is leading the Sahel Alliance, and Russia has made a lot of partnerships, military, politically, financially, deals with the Sahel countries? Should we be concerned about that? Is Ibrahim Traore, is he an Israelite? Or is he a descendant of Phut? Is the people in the Sahel, are they majority Israelites, Bantu? Or are the majority of them in the Sahel, are they Phutites and the descendants of Cushites that stem from the original homeland of the Cushites in Sudan? We need to know these things. Where are the true Persians today? Because if we find out who the real Persians are today, the real Phutites are today, the real Cushites are today, then we can look at what these other foreign nations are doing, whether they're France, Germany, the United Kingdom, Great Britain, United States, Israel, the Arabs, Russia, and China. All these nations are meddling in the affairs of sub-Saharan African countries as well as the Sahel countries. If we understand who these nations are today on the map, on the world map, then we can accurately assign who are the antagonists, the enemies of the Bantu people in Africa, the Israelites, and who is for us, who's against us, who's for us. So regardless of what we see on TV, with all the good things we seem to be getting from Russia or China, all the partnerships, all the military backing, protection that we see the Sahel leaders have, the Sahel Alliance, including Ibrahim Traore, is that all just a facade? Is it all smoke and mirrors? Is this really Bible prophecy coming to light? Register for this Zoom webinar. It's going to coincide with the new movie, Hebrews to Negroes 3, Volume 3, Gog and Magog's Army vs. the Israelites, which is streaming right now on h2ntv.com. It's going to give even more insight and research and facts to prove that the true land of Israel, or the land of Canaan, is in sub-Saharan Africa, and Bible prophecy is unfolding as we are sitting here today listening to the words that I'm saying on YouTube. On February the 16th, Sunday, I'm doing a free Zoom meeting at 11 o'clock a.m. USA Eastern Standard Time. You don't have to worry about if you got to pay to register for a teaching. This is an informational meeting that's very much needed in today's time in America, especially if you live in America. The topic is, do you have a plan to escape the collapse of America? I'm going to say it again. Do you have a plan to escape the collapse of America? Are you going to stay on the sinking ship while it's sinking? Are you going to stay on the battleship where it's being attacked? There's nothing you can do. Are you going to stay when all hell breaks loose in America and things start getting really bad to where you can't really survive or live in America? Or are you going to decide to plan and prepare to leave America and to escape America, to flee America, to deliver thyself from the daughter of Babylon, as Zechariah 2:7 says? Revelation chapter 18, flee Babylon, lest you be a partaker in the plagues that are coming upon her for her sins.
Toby, be good for your hand, boss. Good for your hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand and you can stay here.
Toby, stay. Toby, stay. Toby, be good now. Toby, be real good.
Christ even tells us, pray ye always that you may be counted worthy to escape all the things that is coming upon the earth in the last days. He says this in the book of Luke 21, after he tells you all these bad things are happening, famines and pestilences, fearful sights in the skies, in the heavens, men's heart filling with fear, earthquakes, sea and the waves roaring, wars and rumors of wars. Man, all this stuff is going to be happening. The sun and the moon don't give their light. What? The stars falling from heaven, the heavens recede and retract back like a scroll. Oh my God, what is that? What is that talking about? How does that even look? Christ says all these things are going to happen, including Babylon's going to be destroyed in 1 hour, 1 day by fire. What does that look like in reality? Is that a nuclear bomb or an atomic bomb? How can a city, a great city, be destroyed in 1 day, in 1 hour by fire? Is it supernatural fire from space or the heavens, or is it a nuclear bomb that's going to drop on Mystery Babylon the Great? We need to pay attention to all these things that the Most High Christ has told us in the Bible. But we want to sit here and listen to our Israelite leaders tell us the UFO ships are coming to save us. Wait for the mothership to appear over the city of Detroit and zap us all up. Wait for all the cruise ships to just align along the east coast of America and say, okay, we're ready. Come on, get on the boat. Let's go, African Americans. So whether you want to believe in TV, movies, and Israelites propaganda telling you that the chariots of God are the UFO ships in the sky, and the aliens are going to come out with 3 fingers and big eyes and a gray head and say, come on to the ship, let's go, African Americans. No, like, come on, guys. I mean, we got to use critical thinking and logic. If you want to know what are your options, solutions, how you can plan and prepare to escape America before it collapses, or when, you know, they still allow people to fly out of the country and they don't put it on lockdown, when it's still safe to fly out of the country, America, and survive in the motherland, the land of Canaan, the land of peace, rest, and safety, then you need to register for this Zoom. Where can you register at? At the NEGRONetwork.com. Both days, Saturday and Sunday, February 15th and the 16th, you can register for these 2 Zoom events at www.thenegronetwork.com. You don't want to stay here for the next 4 years that Donald Trump is president, and Ukraine is still fighting, Israel still bombing folks, Iran is still angry and upset, the Palestinians are upset, America is going through hell right now. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. BRICS is getting ready to drop a bomb. Oh my goodness. So if you are in America and you have family and friends and kids, a wife, a husband, you need to take it upon yourself. If you love them and you care about their future survival, you need to attend the Zoom. There's no excuse. It's free. And listen to what I have to say in regards to solutions. You can ask all the questions you want. You can say the Most High is going to gather us, Ron Dalton. We don't have to go nowhere. You stop talking like that. The Most High is going to take care of everything. He's going to rapture us up. We ain't got to lift a finger. We ain't got to move a toe or feet or a leg. We ain't got to do nothing, Ron Dalton. Stop talking like that. The Most High is going to do everything for us. He's going to feed us. He's going to provide shelter. He's going to provide us with electricity, transportation, medical help aid supplies, all these things, Ron Dalton, he's going to supply for us. We ain't got to go anywhere. The UFO ships are going to take us. We ain't got to do nothing. They're going to zap us up out of our house. If you believe in that, then don't come to the meeting. If you believe that you ain't got to do nothing, you ain't got to prepare for nothing when you see danger coming, like the Bible says, the prudent man foresees the danger and he prepares and hides himself. But the foolish see all these things and do nothing, and they perish or suffer the consequences. The book of Proverbs, the book of wisdom. So either we're going to have wisdom or we're going to listen to all our Israelite YouTube teachers and leaders talking about it's a flea doctrine. There's no second Exodus. We don't need to go here. Family, all these things are happening in Africa. You don't need to go there right now. That's not what you want to do. You want to stay here in good old America. You can survive here when you don't own your land. You got to pay property taxes for rent for your land. All of these things, you gotta pay attention. Who's gonna feed you when there's no farms? When there's no internet, there's no electricity. How's that look like? What you gonna do in that situation? Is your Israelite leader or teacher gonna allow you to come to their house or their city, state, town, village, land? Are they gonna allow you to come there and eat and have shelter and protection, food and water? Are they gonna offer up their place for all the black Israelites in America? Are they gonna tell you, oh, well, you can't get on YouTube. You're on your own, family. There's no more YouTube. There's no more internet. The electricity is down. Everything's down. The power is down. The grid is down. The cell phone towers are down. The whole place in America looks like Gotham City. There's no 911. There's nobody to save us. Hey, guys, either we're going to start preparing or planning, or we're going to just wait for the inevitable to happen. Register this weekend, next weekend, for these two Zooms. You owe it to yourself to start thinking clearly. Shalom.
Get off that game. Go upstairs and wash up and get ready to eat some booty.
I just ate some
Get
booty,
off that game. Go upstairs, wash up, and get ready to eat some booty. The fuck is you talking about? Let's go, doodoo man. Fuck you think you talking to like that?
I'm just saying, I just ate booty. That's why I was just
clean
saying.
your shit and get ready to eat some booty.
Living in America now for almost quarter of my life, but I'm not happy here. I'm not. Since I came to America, my life has been work, sleep from Monday to Monday, same routine every day. I've literally done everything the system asked me to do to be successful, but nothing changed. The honest truth is that I was mentally and emotionally richer when I was in Africa. But here in America, I'm only richer in the eyes of people depending on me. But within me, I know my life is not together. You know, it's tough.
That is going on in the United States right now. I'm in Senegal, West Africa. But I've been watching Facebook, I've been watching TikTok. Those who do not have passports, you probably should get one. Those who have passports, make sure they are up to date. And those who do not have passports, you can get one at the post office. You can even have it expedited. Being that Putin announced about a week ago for Russian citizens to leave the United States. Yeah, you gotta get your travel documents ready, because in the instance that there is a mass exodus, you want to already have your travel documents and go wherever, Bahamas, I don't care. But you may have to leave the United States.
See what he said right after he did that Roman salute. You're right. Let's take a look at what he said.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
It's thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured. Now, why does that sound familiar? Just do me a favor. Look at these two side by side. Do they sound similar? If you don't recognize these words or know what they're from, just look it up. This is how I know that he knew exactly what he was doing and saying. And more importantly, so do the people that he was dog whistling to. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Are they slamming this in our faces? And you know who I'm talking about. Watch this.
Unplug the country. And then you have real casualties, mass casualties, and mass chaos, like true chaos.
Oh, yeah.
People are not prepared for this. They haven't thought it through. Our leaders have not prepared them for it at all. It's like, oh, it's on your iPhone. You don't have an iPhone, and there's no electricity, and there's no water, and there's no way to get anywhere. And that could happen. That's not science fiction. That could happen soon.
So you're telling me this famous MMA commentator predicted the LA wildflowers months before it happened? Imagine an actual disaster like this happening.
A large blackout affecting the entire United States. You walk outside, you turn on your phone, there's no signal. You go back inside, you turn on the TV, no signal. You turn on the radio, no power. You turn on the faucet, no water. You turn on the fridge, no refrigeration, your food starts to spoil. You walk outside, cars pile up, no street lights. In 3 to 5 days, the food is gone from the grocery stores. And the trucks that the city counts on to resupply that food aren't coming. Within a week or two, the sewage system starts to overflow and people start getting cholera. Vital order starts to break down. The emergency responders now left their positions like many did during Katrina to protect themselves and their own families. The unfortunate news is that the threat of such a blackout is very real.
When the grid does go down, money won't be the most important resource. It's going to be information, because when chaos hits, most people won't know what to do.
Завод. Еще одна.
You sure? Come to your boy. You sure? You don't do you want?
Because our media won't show you what's going on in the world today, I'm going to show you. Here is a video of Russia hitting Ukraine with hypersonic missiles, intercontinental ballistic hypersonic missiles that there is zero defense for. No one can shoot them down. So if Russia launches them, they are a guaranteed hit on whatever they're shot at. You understand that? And they are nuclear capable. And don't take my word for it. When Putin told the rest of the world today and everybody else's media, they carried the statement. But of course,
now to China, at least 17 U.S. military bases near Chinese-owned farmland, reportedly seeing a surge in drone activity and sightings in recent weeks. The sightings happening near bases in Hawaii and installations in Utah, California, Maine, and Florida.
Suspicious materials in question were apparently discovered by a contractor who was scheduled to service the units inside this apartment building. We talked to her, and what she says she found were pretty clear red flags that needed to be reported to authorities.
I had the master key, and I went in there, and I came across a lot of things, and I was like, that don't seem right.
Melissa Caraway works for an HVAC company that was scheduled to service units at 533 East 33rd Place in the Lake Meadows neighborhood. She says residents get advance notice that they'll be making the rounds and entering their units. When no one answered the door, she says she let herself in.
And I came across some C4, some explosives, a rifle, a lot of fake IDs, a lot of fireman stuff, a lot of police force stuff, and it just looked like it was fake, you know.
She says the discovery happened around 10 a.m. in a unit on the 6th floor. She wasn't sure what to do at first, but says she called police about a half hour later.
If I remember correctly, Scott told me that Al-Qaeda is basically predicting that the casualty count will be between 50 and 60,000 Americans dead. Am I wrong on that?
So I don't know the count that they're predicting. What I do know is Al-Qaeda trained and sent 1,000 attackers.
1,000 attackers. When did they come through?
So they finished training and they deployed them. Now, depending on how they come through, it could take different times, right? So the fastest I've seen an Afghan leave Afghanistan and get over the border illegally is about 3 weeks. Now, if you get a tourist visa and a Saudi's passport, he can fly the day after he gets his visa, right? So it depends, because they are fine getting people in however they can get them in, and they actually prefer legal immigration, as you can imagine, because they want basically the attackers to sit here and wait. If they're legal, they're not going to raise any alarm bells.
So wait a minute. I just want to clarify. You are 100% certain that there are 1,000 plus Al-Qaeda trained fighters within the United States borders?
Well, Al-Qaeda says they trained and deployed 1,000 for this attack. First off, I think there's more than 1,000 Al-Qaeda members in the United States. But for the Homeland attack, that number is based on what Al-Qaeda...
All trade with the U.S. The economic shock will be unprecedented. Immediately after the announcement, U.S. stock markets will crash by up to 30%. Gold will increase in value by at least 20%. As it is a safe asset. A shortage of almost everything will begin very quickly. Smartphones, computers, toys, clothing, footwear, home appliances, furniture, LED products, sporting goods, car parts, medicines. In states such as California, Texas, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, unemployment will rise to 15%. In major port and industrial cities such as Los Angeles, Houston, New York, Detroit, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, riots will begin. Endless Black Friday-like chaos in supermarkets and pharmacies. Huge lines at gas stations across the country. Inability to repair a car due to the lack of parts. IT companies will lose an astounding $200 billion in sales.
years now, and I've acquired quite a few things. I've been getting ready for those natural disasters, economic disasters, political disasters. We stocked up on a lot of the short-term foods that you might use within 2-3 month period. Stocked up on your freezer foods, things you can store for a couple of years and don't have to worry about it. We've stocked up on home defense, family defense, self-defense. We got a lot of things that a lot of people just don't think about. A lot of times, a lot of people think it's pretty extreme. It certainly don't hurt to be ready for anything. You never know when your local water system's going to get contaminated. Even if you're on well water, something could spill and contaminate the groundwater. And having that long-term food for when you have to hunker down for a long time really helps. We have solar generators, we have backup batteries, we have solar panels, and we have power inverters. Plenty of toilet paper to combat that toilet paper shortage. Packing food away in Mylar is definitely something we did a lot of. Having go bags ready to go just in case you do have to go, it's also a definite thing you should be doing. Alternative ways to filter water is also a good thing. Stacking up on sriracha, most definitely.
Usually used to be worked on every day in, day out. Ain't nobody working, not a soul.
The Hispanic workforce is pretty much gone out here.
Our workers, the Hispanics, they will be up there. They don't want this to get wet. All those houses are sold, getting wet more than they have to and getting destroyed by the humidity. Well, they pay for them already.
This is not good. This is not good. I'm not seeing a lot of workers here. I'm not seeing a lot of movement going on here. This is not good. From a real estate standpoint, if you're already under contract for a property that's under construction, expect a lot of delays. And if you're looking for a new built property, expect prices to go up because there is a ridiculous shift taking place right now in the workforce. And unfortunately, that check is going to be passed on to us, the consumers.
Costco report coming to you live from Costco in Staten Island. The shelves are emptier than your boyfriend's pocket. Come with me. We're out of Bounty. We're out of paper towels. We're out of toilet paper. We're out of Poland spring water. Ladies, just be prepared to drip dry, okay? We're going into the next phase of the fucking World War III. Taking a picture of how many.
Grim death warning for all civilians, as the Philly plane crash may not be an accident, but a dark message for us to get out. People were absolutely terrified after the Philly plane crash was believed to be a dire warning that the U.S. is no longer safe, with many people not only saying the damages are unprecedented and don't seem like it's from a plane, but that we are now all fully under attack. Philly residents leave an eerie forewarning, even calling this a rocket, not a plane, with many others nearby not only saying it sounded like a missile and seemed to have sped up when it came crashing down, but news sites report the aircraft disintegrated mid-air before it touched the ground. But it gets worse, as the damages on the concrete were described as a result of the nose of the plane hitting the ground, but experts say it's strange as the nose of the plane is super sensitive and this happens when it just hits birds. Of course, every accident is going to seem strange, and these are
cut off its gas, electricity, and trade with the US. So if President Trump slaps a 25% tariff on Canadian goods, in retaliation, Canada, holding significant leverage, threatens to cut off energy exports. Canada supplies about 60% of the crude oil to US, crucial for states like Michigan and Wisconsin. Ontario alone powers 1.5 million American homes, particularly in Michigan, New York, and Minnesota. If Canada pulls the plug, gas prices could soar by an extra 70 cents per gallon. Moreover, Canada is the leading source of imported electricity into the US, with nearly 33.2 million megawatt hours crossing the border annually. Cutting this supply could plunge parts of the U.S. into darkness, disrupting everyday life from New York to the Midwest. This could lead to...
Can you repeat yourself if you don't mind?
I'm an ex-military operator. You need to get walkie-talkies, food, and water. The cell towers will go down. The stores will close. And if you don't get it, I don't feel sorry for you. Stop.
Relationship with your children.
Oh my God.
than birds. That's the one thing.
Me neither. So I'm with you, Ron.
Bird is like a reptile with wings.
That's it. And it feels funny in your hand.
Chicken?
I will not hold
A bird is like a reptile with
Two of the
feathers.
horses. I will not be able to do that.
Would you get out and touch the horse right now?
No.
Would you get out and touch the horse?
No, they might
kick.
They might kick
Go
you.
ahead. Touch the horse.
One second. Let me get the horse. Let me get the horse.
You see how strong this thing is? Look at that
Yeah,
muscle.
look at
When we get out and talk to the horse?
Yeah, go ahead. It might talk back to you. Hey, horsey.
Should I get out?
No, he got all those flies on him. He might kick you.
Try to ride the horse?
They don't look
That's
friendly.
a female horse. How you know? Oh yeah, I can see.
You said it's a what? Female?
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
Say hi to the horse. Try to touch it. Try to touch it.
No. Probably wondering what are they doing.
You gonna feed it?
Don't fall now.
Right, it has to. Does he have insurance?
Okay. So you can let go with 2 hands? Okay. Point proven. So the only thing that I know you're scared of now is chickens.
In Matthew 6:24, it says, "No man can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money." The problem with a lot of people is that they say they are for the truth. They say they are for Yah, Yahusha, and the kingdom. They say they are for Israel and waking up Yah's lost sheep of Israel, but they are not willing to lay everything out on the line and lose everything for the Father. Yah didn't give me the spirit of fear. Yah gave me the Holy Spirit, which is called the Ruach HaKodesh. For 2 Timothy, it says, "For our Elohim have not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind."
Jamaicans, true Israelites, we love to see the wake up in our place. Because we, remember, it's not Jesus gonna come back, it's Yeshua. True Israelites, yard people.